Harvey James here from Kicks and Mammy, and I'm back to another review. In front of me, I have the first release from Anthony Edwards, the Minnesota Timberwolves NBA player, basketball player, and his kind of signature shoe, the AE1. Probably one of the coolest silhouettes to kind of release in 2024, and obviously not for somebody who plays basketball very much. The basketball shoe era that kind of we had a couple of years ago now, where you could rock like the KDs, the LeBrons and everything on the regular, kind of disappeared, but slowly coming back. Done a couple of reviews on the latest Kobe Protos, and then also some of the other Dame Lillard's Adidas shoes too, in collaboration with Bait. So you can check those out on my page too. And before that, if you could also hit that subscribe button, I really would appreciate it. So coming back to the AE1, the first signature shoe from Anthony Edwards, come in both the high and the low version. The first colorways that came out were, I guess you could say, kind of pretty basic to some extent, but also still look really, really good. But I wanted to wait until there was something different that came out, so I was able to pick up a high and a low pair in the slime green colorway, and then also the pre-loved purple, which is kind of like a pinkish purplish hint, and I have them both here today. So we're going to kind of start out with the lows, and then I'll kind of go to the highs, and we'll take a look at the different aspects of the shoe. I have also already tried them on, so I will be able to give you a better idea of how they feel, both probably maybe from a casual standpoint as well as if you actually use them on the court, which at the end of the day is the prime purpose of the shoe. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so starting with the low top, straight out of the box, beautiful colorway. As you can see, they are unlaced because I have actually already worn them and taken some photos with them, so why they look maybe a little messier. But overall, the silhouette I think is a beautiful silhouette. In terms of the design, you get this kind of like honeycomb structure on the both medial and lateral side of the shoe, and then with like this somewhat attached tongue. It's not kind of attached like in a boot setting, but as you kind of get lower into the tongue, it is then attached slightly low down, but still gives you fairly easy access to kind of put your shoe on and off. It does get boost in the sole, which I think is a huge plus. We all know how good the boost kind of midsole is on a shoe, so adding this to like a performance basketball shoe is obviously a no-brainer. And then you get kind of like the big Adidas logo on the back, and then along with Anthony Edwards' logo here on the tongue, which is really the only part of the shoe that you can kind of get any sort of brand marking on it. Regular herringbone pattern on the bottom, which so far, I guess, I mean, I can't really say too much about it, but obviously walking around in it, the shoe does feel really nice. Out of the two, I have to say straight off out of the box and on my feet, the low does feel a lot better from a casual setting. I do wear a lot of my shoes unlaced, as you can see, so putting this shoe on, I can essentially slip it on, slip it off, and in terms of the actual feel around the shoe, it feels pretty good. So I do like the lows. I do think also that they look better from a casual standpoint, as somebody who is a casual wearer of the shoe. On the other side, in the highs, you get this really nice pre-loved purple, which in the sun kind of, I guess you could say, is a little more pink than purple, but now you see it from this side, it kind of, yeah, I guess you could say purple. So this is a high top version, very similar in terms of design. You still get that honeycomb down the side, both medial and lateral side. You again get the Adidas logo on the back. The boost isn't exposed on the heel of the high, which is kind of interesting compared to the heel of the low top. So that's an interesting point. Not too sure why they've done that, if it's to do with the like the booty feel up top, but that's an interesting point. Getting the shoe on, lot harder with the high top version, or if you want to call it a mid top, it's hard to, I guess it's the high. But even unlacing it, getting your, like sliding your foot in, it's a lot tighter on the top of the foot right here. And also I felt that while actually wearing the shoe, that even unlaced, there's a lot more pressure on the top of your foot. So depending on if you do look to use it for kind of like the performance aspect and you're going to lace these up tight, you may want to size up in the high by maybe half a size compared to the low, purely because of this high top feel just pressed a lot more on the top of my foot, which was not anticipated, obviously, because I'd already bought these and worn these, and these fitted well in my size, so I assumed that these would also fit the same. But the fit is a little bit different, mainly because of the feeling on the top of the foot. So depending on kind of your foot shape and so forth, yeah, you might want to size up. Again, herringbone pattern on the sole, and you can kind of see some parts of the boost in the little gaps around there. Overall, great looking shoe. I know that we just had National Sneaker Day not too kind of long ago, and I do think that this is probably one of the coolest silhouettes that are released this year. That's obviously a new design. There are probably other better shoes that have been released this year, but out of the kind of the new silhouettes and the new shoes, really liking this, and some of the colorways that I believe are going to be coming out in the AE1, both in the low and the high top, I think are really going to speak to a lot of people. So again, let me know if you have any comments, thoughts. If you want any questions answered about the fit or the feel, welcome to help you out. But until then, if you could please again hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment and all that. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok and so forth, and I'll be back again with another review soon.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody's right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make